Hi guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about screening just as an introduction to this whole concept. Now, the way to look at it is that everything that we do, whether that's a postural assessment, whether that's watching them courtside on the field, it might be watching them on TV, it may be a video of an exercise session that they've then sent you and you're looking through it via whether it's huddle technique, coach's eye, anything like that. Everything that we do is a screen. And if you talk to some people will say things like, the functional movement screen, they'll have their own movement screen, etc. But we need to understand that everything that we do, we're actually screening someone for, whether that's for, even the questions that we ask in the subjective or just day to day how they're feeling, that's a screen. We're basically looking at health, wellness, readiness, that kind of thing. And all we're doing is data collection. It's gathering information as to, how the person is, what they're like, to then make an informed decision as to their injury status, their injury recovery, if it comes to, say, rehab, for instance, or if it's just in terms of, say, tracking load monitoring and injury risk. So, and this has to go into some kind of collaborative decision making process, and it needs to involve the athlete or the patient, if you will. And if it doesn't, then essentially all you're doing is collecting data for the sake of it. And that's one of the bugbears of many practitioners out there in the working world. And many people will kind of, argue about the fact that they might do, say, a series of screens or exercises, and essentially what you're then going to do is prescribe exercises to improve the person completing that screen. So, and this is one of the criticisms that's levied at the FMS, the functional movement screen, in terms of the fact that yes, there are benefits to it, and Arsenal Football Club will utilize it to track the progress of their players, so to speak. But at the same time, you're only going to get better at those particular movements if you then train to get better at those particular movements. So it's the same. It's basically it's an example of the said principle gone mad. If you train to do an overhead squat, you're going to become better at overhead squatting. There may well be dynamic correspondence with regards to benefits from that in other areas, i.e., thoracic mobility, better ability to kind of, overhead press, maintain that kind of scapulothoracic extension and abduction. There may be, better intermuscular or intramuscular coordination with regards to how to squat with a load above the head. But at the same time, the outcome's still the same. You're still getting better at an overhead squat. So this comes back to the fundamental process of what are we doing it for? Why can we justify it? How can we justify it? What's the point of it? And is this going to enhance our process? If it isn't, get rid of it. And that's so with me, for instance, when I work with my sprinters, the first thing I do is watch them run. That's the first thing I'll do. I'll watch them take off from the blocks. I'll watch them accelerate. I'll watch them at full flight. I'll look at them running around the bend, which is completely different to obviously running in the straight. If it's a field sport athlete, then I need to look at them accelerating, decelerating, changing direction, reacting to a stimulus. If it's a contact sport, what are they like when they take contact? Are they someone that avoids it? Are they someone that is able to ride, hand off, anything like that? And that's all kind of done passively behind the scenes. That may well then feed into a question. I may notice something, and it may well be that I need to do, say, a single leg squat or a hip hinge assessment. It may well be that I need to look at thoracic range of motion or something else. So the idea is with this section today, I'm going to give you examples and you're going to read through, look at, watch videos on what we call primary screening. And over the rest of this module, myself, Chris, and Alan are going to take you through how and why we can integrate movement screens and assessments, utilizing primary and then secondary assessments with regards to both muscular strength and or range of motion to be able to then make an informed clinical decision as to the direction you go, and that then feeds back into some of the stuff that we've done throughout FEC, throughout applied exercise and conditioning, advanced exercise and conditioning, and the therapy skills modules with Alan as well. So enjoy. Please email me if you need anything, if you've got any questions at all. We will be having kind of webinar chats and Q&As on this throughout the module. But again, enjoy, guys. Read through, read as much as you can, but take everything in and then start to question the why. Why are we doing this? That's the most important thing. Bye for now.